never get any signal in this place. Hi Jamie. Fancy seeing you here in your home.
Well, you did call me.
You're eating fruit.
I am. I'm not well.
What's wrong?
Sore throat.
Do you perhaps have an affliction?
Maybe I do.
Well, that's good, because today we're going to be reviewing Folklore, the Affliction.
It's not going to take ages, is it?
It won't take ages. No, it won't at all. Yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy this game more than some games we played recently. And by the end, you won't say, do you know, I didn't give a folklore about this game.
Well, hopefully not. Do you know what? I've heard a lot of fantastic things about it, and I also know that there is a Kickstarter coming.
It's like you've done research or something.
It is like I've done research, and it doesn't happen very often. It's a game I'm quite excited to play. I've not played it before, I've not seen it before, but I've heard a lot about it, read a lot about it. I'm surprised you managed to get yourself a copy.
Well, Kickstarter, first edition.
Did you really?
Yeah, and actually the second run they did actually quoted me in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What was the quote? Please don't play my game.
It was all good.
Was it all good?
So we'll get to the table, find Will, let him out of his cage.
Oh God, you didn't invite Will, have you?
He's always here somewhere.
You know that shop in this game?
Yeah.
I kept finding it everywhere. I don't know how many copies he bought, but literally every room there was a copy.
Okay, well, maybe we'll do that one time. But for now, let's do Folklore. Will? Folklore the Affliction is a game for 1 to 5 players. It's a tabletop role-playing game set in an Eastern European style, kind of Scandinavian folklore setting with vampires, werewolves, and various other different monsters. You play a bunch of heroes, like a witch hunter, a telepath, and you're basically going through several stories to try and figure out what the affliction is with the land at the moment, what kind of monsters are doing horrible things and trying to stop them. It's a fully cooperative game, so everyone's on the same side, and it's very close to a role-playing game like Dungeons and Dragons, as close as you can get to that without actually playing Dungeons and Dragons. Each character you pick has different skills and abilities, and yeah, the actual... There's a campaign here which comes with various different stories, and the thing that makes this quite unique is there are a kind of choose your own adventure moments in here. So you have a choice. You can either try and save someone from an angry mob or leave them to it, and depending on your actions they can come in to haunt you later or work out well for you. So let's give it a go.
After recovering from the shock of such a disgusting sight, you examine it more closely. It seems unnatural. The curator explains, wolves have been seen devouring people in the north. A group of Osterling hunters tracked this one down, but no matter how many arrows and spear tips pierced its flesh, it would not stop moving. They brought it to the alchemist first, believing it was bewitched by some evil curse. Its form shifted and changed periodically to startling phases. It only stopped after that stone was removed from its stomach. He points to a small pebble encased in glass on a pedestal near the table. Neither the priest nor alchemist know what it is, but they fear it is related to the source of the trouble in the north. Go to Osterling to seek out the missing priest, and inquire of the people where they found this creature. It is of dire importance that you find the wolf, beast slayer. Here are a few coins to help you with your journey. You're welcome to rummage through our cellar and see if you can find something useful to take with you. Outside you board the waiting stagecoach, which hastens your journey to the village of Osterling.
So, yeah, we finished Folklore, and let's just get some general thoughts. Jamie, what did you think to Folklore?
Like this popcorn, smashing.
Smashing, okay.
Like, back in the day, used to be a fantastic RPG player, used to really enjoy RPG, but as you get older and you have kids and family, you struggle to commit to things like D&D more and more often. That said, that's fantastic. It's a fantastic RPG game. In my opinion, perhaps it wasn't intended to be that way, but I really felt like I could play my character a bit. But coming in and out of it without having to have like a dungeon master, and it really good. I really enjoyed it. I can't say how much I really enjoyed it. It reminded me a little bit of Manchester Madness about having to flap around building all the bits and peripheries around it. But yeah, really good game.
Yeah, what I like about it as well is there's a lot of rules in there, but the way that the actual kind of the campaign set out, the first story which we went through, we only got through the first chapter of that story, but that took us like an hour and a bit.
Yeah.
It's set out in such a way that every time you come to a new part of rules, it actually explains what's going on. So that's really helpful. Like, I've played it a couple of times, but coming back to it fresh from having a million rules from other different games, it's very good to kind of just have that quick learn ability.
It had a really nice tutorial about it. I really enjoyed it. The weird thing was obviously I was filming it, so that always takes an element away from it. And sometimes when you're doing these reviews and you're filming as well, that kind of removes some of that sort of jumping into the game. But I did feel like I was immersed really well into the game, and the theming was really good. And the one thing I really liked was when you moved away from the board and the travel and that travel element, you then felt you had almost like a dungeon element to it with your characters.
Like a dungeon crawl kind of thing.
Absolutely. I think it helps that you painted your characters, but even then, you know, if you just took some, you know, a bit of grey wash on those, I think the level of character details are there anyway.
Well, you can get Folklore without any of the miniatures now. They just have standee figures, and honestly, that would work perfectly fine for it. But if you're a nerd like me, you like to get miniatures and you like to paint those things, so it does look great on the table when you have those in there.
Yeah, I think so. Do you know what? I'm going to go out there and say I'm very tempted to purchase a copy myself. I'm very tempted.
Mrs.
I know Mrs. Gray may be watching this, and if she is, she's going to be very angry.
Okay, well, just to kind of put it out there, they've got a new Kickstarter coming up.
Really?
But there's already a ton of content out there. There's the base game, there's an expansion, and there's a bunch of different expansions you can get for it, and also like a campaign creation kit as well, so you can actually make your own kind of adventures and stuff, and it's really deep if you get into it. What you said about it feeling like a role-playing game is spot on. Originally this was a board game, and they changed it to say actually it's more of a tabletop role-playing game, which I think is spot on. It feels like you're playing Dungeons & Dragons without having to have one person who knows everything about it and who's, you know, isn't actively playing as the characters and there to progress the story.
And I think that's really, do you know what, it came really well. I am urging anybody who hasn't got this game to go and find the Kickstarter and back it. It is so much fun. If you don't have an RPG style game in your board game collection, this is the one to buy. Like, I have a couple, but I am tempted to get this because I don't think I'll play, apart from playing a game of Dungeons & Dragons, I haven't got anything like it in my collection, and I am very tempted, even on the threat of actual death from my wife, if I buy more board games.
Yeah, it's also one of the only that kind of theme games out there that I know of. There's A Touch of Evil, which is a great game, but this is just, yeah, it's lovely. It's a really fun game to play, and I haven't played it in a while, but coming back to playing it, I've thought, why haven't I played this in so long? And I need to play more of this. It's great fun.
So, with that being said, we're going to have to score this.
Yes.
And I brought some dice.
Okay, there we are.
And it pains me to score it.
Why's that?
Well, because, like, predictably, that it's going to be a high score. Oh, we're on a D20 with
It's a Magic the Gathering.
Magic Gathering D20, which
Okay.
means there is no 20.
It's M19.
There's M19. I've never played Magic. I apologise. It looks like a total tosh game to me. But anyway, you know, I'm sure there are lots of people on the internet who can get really angry right now. However, you know, I'm welcome. I will, if you want to invite me, if you're in the local East Midlands area and you want to invite me to a game, I will come and play.
Catch us at the UK Games Expo.
Yeah, and I'm sure I changed my mind. So for me, do you know what? I never score 20 out of 20.
Well, you physically can't with this because it's M19.
M19. I'm going to go M19
Okay.
for me because I felt that it wasn't quite 20. There was some elements of it. I don't think any game can really be 10 out of 10, but there were some magical elements in that game, and for me, that's 19 out of 20. I don't know where you are.
I'm pretty much there. It's not a perfect game, but it's great. It's great fun, and it's just great.
True or false? Mother Knows Best is a song featured in the film Tangled.
True.
Great. True or false? Joy is a character from the Disney Pixar film Inside Out.
True.
True or false? Doug is a character from the Disney film Pick Up.
True.
True or false? Ralph the dog plays the piano on the Muppets.
Ralph the dog does, yes. True.
You winner!
Wait, what? I speak popcorn.
Oh, do you know what? We're Rollin. Catch us on Instagram,
Facebook.
YouTube, and if you want those notifications, make sure you ring that bell.
And subscribe!
Subscribe!
That's right.
Oh,
That's good.
oh. Do you know what I need?
Huh?
Do you know what I need?
What's the name?
Bit caramel.
Oh, that's a trap.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not that one.
I'm going to get some.